Hello, folks. Anybody out there dodging storms today? They moving in here, no doubt about it. Hey, Mike. Yeah, man. Y'all better get ready for the storms. They coming. They are coming for sure. Yep. Yeah, it'd be a good idea if you could. I'm afraid they're coming. Hey, Buck. Hey, Hill Jack. There's the link if anybody else wants to come up here. I'm just sitting here waiting on the storms to get here. And no doubt they're coming. Louisiana, they're over around Shreveport and that area of Louisiana right now. I guess we'll be lucky and they'll hit here at night. I see the storm chasers are headed south down through Arkansas. They in northeast Arkansas now headed south, so they headed toward Memphis and they coming this way, I expect. I hate a dang tornado. Hey, Lynn. Lynn, you make it through everything other than busted glass yesterday? You have any friends, anything that got hit? I know the storm, everybody, they were all over Iowa yesterday. Hey, Jeremy, you able to fish today or the wind blowing too bad? I haven't been able to go and because of the wind, it's, I don't know, at least 10 days. Man, we have had some wind. Oh man, what about injuries, Lynn? Were there any injuries? That's to me that's the most important thing. Yeah, I knew you had the boat in the shop. Yeah, I'll just yeah, insurance cover mine. Well, what about injuries, Lynn? I hadn't heard anything. A lot. Okay. Uh, lottery scratching. Speaking of lottery scratching, let me run up here and get my snuff. I'll be right back. be safe. Okay, Lynn, I'm just sitting here talking, waiting, killing time, waiting on this storm. Last thing, son, scratching off a lottery ticket. Boy, ain't you something. Lucky, you need to calm down. Yeah, I imagine Creole down where he is. I imagine Creole gonna get some bad weather. And I don't know anybody else over that way. David Smith made it through Monday night in Little Rock. Want to be outdoors is up there in northeast Arkansas. I think he's all right. The Iowa boys yesterday, they caught hell. Yeah, Lucky needs to take it down 3 notches. I don't know where he went. He's zooming around, hollering and carrying on. That's a goofy cat. Yeah, he needs to take it down at least 2 notches. He's funny when he has one of those running spells where he just runs through the house squalling. Everybody just sits back. The other cat gets up as high as she can get and just sits and watches. Man, he knocks rugs out of the way, turns, he'd slide chairs out from under tables. Man, he can act a fool. Lucky. I can hear him sailing around the kitchen up there. Hey, Whiskers. Whiskers, you in line for any of this bad weather? I'm not sure where you are. So far, I know where all these other fellas are. CBA. I just went live to Annapolis, Maryland. Okay, well you way out of the way then. If y'all get into this, it'll be 2 or 3 days. Just sitting here waiting on the squall line to come across Louisiana and Arkansas. And I thought I'd just go live since I hadn't had one on for 2 or 3 weeks when nobody else was live that I saw. Yeah, there you go. You know, and believe it or not, I had hog leg. I was on hog legs early last night, 1:30 or so, and that big squall line came across out of Arkansas and Louisiana. And I told him to watch that squall line on his radar and watch what happens when it hits the Mississippi River. And believe it or not, those things, that river, a lot of times, especially if the water's up high in the river, it creates a microclimate. And those storms would be so bad coming out of Arkansas and Louisiana, coming from west to east. And when they hit that atmosphere over the levees, there's a levee on each side of the Mississippi River from Memphis all the way down to Well, in Louisiana, I guess it goes all the way down towards New Orleans. In Mississippi, it stops at Vicksburg because the hills start on that side of the river. But those storms will hit that Mississippi River, and they can be terrible storms, and they just dissipate. They just they lose their energy, and then maybe sometimes one of them, if it's a really strong, bad sail, it can get across the river. But then it takes it 8 or 10 miles to build back up to strength. I've seen it ever since there's been radar available. We've watched it. It's hard to believe that river has that much of an influence on the atmosphere and on the climate, but it sure does. You can watch it. When I was growing up back in the 50s and 60s, some of the best land to have to farm was along the Mississippi River on the west side of the Mississippi River, the east side of the Mississippi River in Mississippi. And it wasn't necessarily because the land was the best dirt to farm. It was because it got more rain. Those storms coming from west to east would hit that river and blow up, and then it would rain just a little bit, a mile or so from the Mississippi River. And those boys farming all that land got more rain than everybody else. And that's hard to believe, but that sure is the case down here. And you can, during high water, you can put a boat in and ride 25, 30 miles up and down the river, just riding and looking. I've carried my wife out there to show her. And you can see where tornadoes come across out of Louisiana and cut through the woods. It's woods on both sides of the river, basically all the way down. It's hardwood swamp. And you can see where those tornadoes come out of Arkansas, and you ride over to the Mississippi side and you can see where they cut right through the woods. But then there never was a tornado out where people live. Down Louisiana, the same way, down toward Vicksburg and north up out of there. You can see where those tornadoes come across Louisiana, cross the river, go into the Mississippi woods on the Mississippi side of the river. And they cut a swath down through there. You can see the trees just piled up. I mean, it just tears it up. But then it dissipates before it ever gets out to where people live. My wife didn't believe it, but I've showed it to her so many times now. She believes it. And I've been in 2 tornadoes over there between those levees on that river. I didn't take direct hits, but I saw both of them go across that river. I was holding on the willow tree, laying belly down on the sand. I've told that story about my 3 buddies that got picked up out of the river. It was 2 boats of us out there fishing one day. It was on a Saturday. And me and Johnny Summers Radish, we were together. And when we left the boat ramp, we went way north. And these guys, we didn't know they were putting in. There was 3 of them. And they said they probably was going to fish right there pretty close. We went up the river about 5 miles. And we were fishing, and y'all listening to this now. It's a pretty good story. We saw that storm making up back in Arkansas, and it got worse and worse and worse. And I told Johnny, I said, man, you reckon we ought to go? He said, we can't get back to the truck. It's between us and the truck. I said, I wonder what Alice and all of them are doing down there. I said, well, I hope they see it. Well, anyway, they were in a big old ski boat. And they had gone across that river and was fishing up against the Arkansas bank, and that thing came up behind them. And they heard the rumbling, the lightning and stuff, so they took off across the river. Well, they were too late. And just as they got to the Mississippi side where the trucks and all were, we wasn't at a boat ramp, it was asphalt. I don't, y'all probably don't know what the banks of the river in places is. They put asphalt down and you can launch boats from it if you got a good truck. Well, that's where we had launched. Well, just as they got to the edge, Albus was already standing up on the front of the boat with the rope. He was at to tie the rope, and they were going to run get in the truck. Well, that tornado caught them. It wasn't a major one now. It wasn't no F3 or F5 or nothing. It was like a 1 or a 2, probably a 1, 2 maybe. It picked them up, picked that boat up out of the water, and dumped it up there on that asphalt, about 50 feet from the water, 60 feet. Strode stuff, and it didn't hurt them. Thank goodness when they hit the ground there, it didn't hurt them, and they were able to run on up the bank. They said, "The hell with that truck." They ran up the bank and got in the woods, but it picked them up out of the river and threw the boat up on the bank, and it tore up all this stuff. They lost a bunch of stuff too, but they were lucky. So when that thing passed, we decided we'd go on in. We stayed a little bit longer. And when we got down there, they was out there picking up stuff. They had a boat. They had junk scattered all up and down that asphalt. That asphalt is probably up that bank. It's probably 100 yards. And that was stuff everywhere. Tore the motor up. Tore the boat up. It was a fiberglass boat. But thankfully, it didn't hurt them bad. They were skinned up and bruised, and one of them was an older fella too. He was lucky. He was very lucky. But yeah, those tornadoes come across there all the time. When I was in high school, I may have been in college, but anyway, me and a buddy camped down there. There's a lot of little lakes along the river where they dug dirt to build that levee. We would camp down there and had trot lines out in that little old bar pit, we call them. Had 20 acres of water. We were catching little channel cats. But anyway, we caught them and everything else, bowfin, gar, we caught everything. We heard it rumbling over there in Arkansas, and I said, "Larry, I believe we better get away." We were in a car now. We wasn't in a truck. We were in a car. Well, there was a gravel ramp going up the side of the levee. I said, "We better get your car up out of here, because if it rains," we wasn't even thinking about a tornado. If it rains, we ain't gonna be able to get out of here. So we threw a few things in the truck and went up the levee. When we got to the top of the levee, it was dark. It got dark. And man, that wind started blowing, and we started going north up the levee to a little store that was up there, the little community. And look at here now, y'all watch this. I wish there was more people in here to see this. The windshield wipers on that car were doing this, and then when they got to the east, they fell out away from the car and came back and fell out away from the car. The wind was blowing the windshield wipers away from the windshield. And about the third time it did that, both of them windshield wipers blew out into space. And I said, "Boy, get this thing off his levee." And we just turned off the side of the levee. Hey, mechanic, he just wheeled off the side of the levee on the east side of the levee. That thing was coming from the west. And there was no wind, no nothing. And we were sitting at an angle about like this in the car with the top of the levee right up there. And it was raining so hard, the rain was going straight across the top of that levee, and not a drop was getting on us. And I said, "Man, this got to be a tornado." Well, there was an old fella mowing, you have to if you raise cows on that levee, you have to maintain the grass. You can't let it grow up weeds. Well, when we had gone in there back and forth that weekend, it was a fella out there mowing the levee on a 806 International tractor, mowing it with a stalk cutter and on the slope. And he was mowing on the east side of the levee. He had mowed the west side and he was mowing the east side. I wonder that fellow on that tractor. I wonder what he's doing. So we could hear the tractor from where we were camped. We knew he was out there mowing. We looked down through that tunnel. It was a tunnel of rain going across the top of that levee. We could see that tractor way down there. And when it passed, the grass was dry now. Listen, we were in the car. You know, we on a terrible slope. That levee got a terrible slope to it. Real strict slope. We pulled back up on the gravel and went down there to that tractor, and that fellow was in the wheel of that back wheel of that tractor, curled up like a chicken snake, man. He was scared to death. Dry as a bone now. He didn't have a drop of water on him. The tractor was dry and everything. We said, Lord have mercy, you all right? He said, yeah, I'm all right. He said, this thing gone? We said, yeah, it's gone. And he walked up he was about 10, 12, 20 steps. A.B. skipped from the gravel road on top of the levee, A.B. And he walked up there where we were. And he was right in that thing. We looked out to the west and it was white. The tops of the trees where that thing had come through, it was a swath about 100 yards wide and it wasn't a tree left. It had taken every tree. And we looked out to the east, out across the farmland, and you couldn't see nothing. It looked like a lumber truck, a log truck. It looked like a log truck been out through there losing trees all the way across that field for as far as you could see. And that guy on that tractor was right. If he had been on the west side of that levee mowing, it'd have killed him, I bet you. But it blew the windshield wipers off the car. We never saw him again. It broke them off. And I'm telling you, that's pretty bad stuff right there. But we managed. If we'd stayed down in them woods, it'd have blown us away, I reckon. But that fellow on that tractor was scared to death. And we were too. I ain't gonna lie about it. That was some serious stuff. Big Skip, you better get ready. You're going to get some weather tonight, I bet you, or tomorrow, early tomorrow morning. You know, now that I think about it, most of those tornadoes that came across that river, they were within a mile of each other. Yeah, they were within a mile of each other. So it must be a little alley right there. Hey, man. Sitting up here talking about storms, man. And being on them in the Mississippi River. I saw a video a couple of weeks ago. It had some stuff in New Orleans, and there's a towboat guy there, and I couldn't tell if that boat was moving, if he was docked, but he had a long tow out there in front of him. He took the video from the pilot house on the towboat, and he said that, and then you get a tornado came across the river there, and he said it was about 600 feet from him. You could see it out there, just plain as day. Hey, Eric. He took a video of it and it went right across the river. Shandy, did you get to see McAllister last night? Yeah. That's bad. Did you watch McAllister last night at the Hog's Breath Saloon? He, he's a that's a great band, I'll tell you. Yeah. Have you seen some of those medleys, whatever that word is that he plays, where he plays Amazing Grace and uh, and uh, and it's about 6 or 8 songs that he blends together to make one long medley. Did you hear that last night? Uh, he'll have Amazing Grace, and then he'll have Satisfaction, No Satisfaction, and it's all instrumental. There's not any singing involved. Man, he's something else. For 2 guitars and a set of drums, it's about as much as you can want as far as listening to music. Yeah, man, those storms out there on the road don't have to be a tornado to be tough on a trucker. You having them now, Shandy? That's what I'm doing live now. I'm waiting on it to get here down here today. He does that on the first. He does that the first part of his show. That medley, first hour. But that's really good. I mean, it's people won't even dance because the music's too. They just sit and listen. Okay, well, the storm chasers just went down through Blytheville, headed south toward Memphis. So they must not know you under warnings up there. But I knew it was some bad weather over there because my son lives down in Valonia, which is south of you. What's that? 50, 60 miles south of you, Valonia, Conway. Yeah, he'll be there all week. Hey, Dallas, he'll be there all week, Shandy. Conway, 60, 70 miles south of you. I think. Hey, Froggy. Can't get no satisfaction. There you go. 3 hours south, yeah. I think that's what, 64, 60, 65, maybe 65. Goes up through there. 200. Shandy. Wait a minute now. 200 miles. You sure? Don't seem like it's that far. It might be. Well, I know where you live. I've been through your town a bunch of times going to Branson. Shandy is 108 miles. There you go, 107 miles. I didn't think 200 miles sounded right. Yeah, hey, uh-oh. There he is. You
Yeah.
go to sitting in the basement.
Yeah, it's getting kind of cold down there.
I was looking at I was trying to figure out how far it was from somewhere to somewhere.
Yeah. How you doing?
I was doing good, just waiting on these storms. Oh Lord, Froggy. Well, it probably is 200 miles, Shandy, up and down those hills. You know, if you can go straight through, it'd probably be 30 miles. But you got to go up and over and back down and up and over and back down.
Hello, Dallas.
Dallas. What's going on out in Texas? You dodging the storms?
Well, yes, sir. Best I can. We've been lucky it's went around us. I've been, I had.
Uh-oh, you're squealing, man. Something happened. Hold up, Troy. You making a squealing sound like a rat or something got you by the ear. Device is not connected. Let's try that.
Did that fix it?
There, you good now. It sound like a chipmunk.
Anyway, I got to feeling bad. Went to the doctor and had the beginning of the pneumonia.
Oh gosh. Well, don't lay down.
Well, let me go. I can't hear you. Let me go back and come out in. I can't hear you.
Okay. Can y'all hear me in chat? Let's try. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. How about me?
You're good. You're good.
So.
Okay, Shandy. Yeah. They say it's good.
Yeah, I think we're back on.
Well, aren't y'all under some kind of watches out there right now? Or
Well, have been for a week.
I know it. We have too. I'm so sick of this wind. Hey, Jimmy Graham.
I thought I was going to get to go down to the dock, go fishing on Saturday. I don't believe that's going to happen.
Well, it may move on out of here, but I'm sick of this wind, man. We had one day had 50-mile-an-hour gusts.
Yeah.
And the sun is shining bright. No storms, nothing. Just chasing those, going to those storms, you know, those big low pressure areas that were all over north of us. Okay, Shandy. Thank you for stopping by, young lady.
Well, yeah, them storms they've hit to the north and south of me twice and have been tornadoes. So I've been lucky with that.
Yeah, man. Well, my son and his family Monday night, of course, I had to sit and watch for. I'm a weather watcher, I guess you say. And I had to sit up and watch for all of them. I got one that lives 2 hours south of me and one that lives 3 hours north. And that one that lives 3 hours north is in that, hey, Danny, is in that tornado alley that comes across up there at Mayflower and all of across through there north of Little Rock. And Monday night, he had one that tracked on the ground now. It went 2 miles north of it, going north, southwest to northeast, and it went north of him just a mile and a half, 2 miles, and had one that went south of him about 8 miles. And that was the one that I never had heard of them calling a tornado emergency. They got a new alert that they put out, and they called it a tornado emergency. And he could see it. He could see the cloud from where he lived. He lives up on the hill, up on the side of a mountain, so to speak. And he couldn't see the one that went to the west of him, west and north, but he could see the one that went to the south and east. He could see the cloud and everything.
You see what Danny Stone wrote? That's free.
I ain't worried about Danny. I ain't worried about that no fish catching. I catch more fish not going than Danny Stone catches when he goes.
Yeah, I'm doing all
hey,
right.
hey, look here, y'all. Hold up a minute, Troy.
Yes.
There's an old friend of mine right here, Jimmy McCabe. He lives on McCabe Mountain. He owns a mountain, man. That guy is something else. How you doing, boy? Sure glad you stopped in. He lives over in western Arkansas, north of Fort Smith. He's over there. He gets plenty of storms. Hey, Mac, tell Danny Stone that you have seen me catch fish before. Brag on me a little bit, Mac. If you don't, I'm gonna come over and knock you on the head.
Well, I seen you catch one.
Yeah, at one point in time, Jim McCabe, he was with me when he caught his first big fish. Yeah.
I seen you catch one and fall down in the same night.
Oh yeah, I fell down a bunch of times.
Yeah.
That was a funny deal that day when I call him Mac. His name is Jim McCabe. I call him Mac. We were fishing up Brian Bay, up north of south of Memphis, and he had a fishing pole and he had a spinning reel on it, and I can't remember exactly what the deal was, but he didn't have a drag on it or something. It was the reel wasn't the best reel in the world. He was just now getting set up to fish in the big water. And I had my boat rigged up to where I could throw the anchor rope out and drift with the fish. You know, if you hung a big fish. And he hung that fish, and he was over there fooling with that reel, trying. I mean, I could tell it was a good fish. The pole was bent down to his hand, you know. I knew it was a good fish, and I walked up and got up, and I'd already. When he said, "Man, we're gonna have to do something," I can't remember exactly what he said, but I had already thrown the anchor rope and we were floating because he wasn't gonna be able to land that fish. You know, he wasn't gonna be able to pull him back up to the boat with that reel. And I know I can't. I know I can't. I know it. But I used to catch them, Brian B. That's what I'm talking about. I used to catch a fish. But boy, he was excited when he caught that fish. It was 60 something. It was a good one.
I just like to get a line in the water. It's been so long since I even put a hook down in the water.
I can't catch fish anywhere, Brian B. That's what me and Troy talking about. The weather's been so bad down here for at least 10 days.
Yeah,
that I ain't been able to go fishing. I can't. Wind blowing and storms and man, Lord have mercy.
I had plans to go Saturday, but I think I was going to get knocked out by the weather.
Hey, Mac, let me do this again, or anybody else. I wouldn't mind Mike coming up here. It'd be nice to visit with him. I ain't talked to him in 2 or 3 years. If you click on that link, you can come up here and talk with us, Mike. If I jumped up, yeah, if I jumped up and went to bragging about all my fishing, I'd be stupid because I don't catch any fish. I'm the first one to say I don't catch it. Not anymore. This bank fishing is a tough life for a catfisherman. For me, anyway. Unless you're fishing on a pay lake. I think that may be what I'm going to do. I'm going to find me a pay lake.
You ain't either.
I reckon you saw, Troy, that the fella caught 131 pounder at Natchez, Mississippi, Sunday.
Well, yeah, if you listen to any catfishing on YouTube, how in the world could you miss it? Everybody's been talking about that.
Yeah.
Did that fish die?
Oh, yeah, they died. In Mississippi, you just almost assured that if you get them certified, you're going to kill them.
Well, that's a shame.
No telling how long it'll take to get a game and fish person or biologist to come certify the fish. And then you got to find certified scales.
Well, I think JBT caught a big one, and they told him to be the next day or something, and he turned it back.
Yeah, that was a big channel cat, 15-something pound channel cat.
I think it was Hog Leg telling that this morning or last night, rather.
I talk about that big fish that my buddy caught. That they couldn't weigh him. He couldn't even get him in the boat. And you heard me tell that story about that forensic scientist up there in Pittsburgh, got a bunch of measurements and all, and gave an estimated weight on the fish. And he estimated it at 151 plus or minus 2 pounds. And that's pictures. You look up radish, R-A-D-I-S-H, radish blue catfish, and you can see pictures of it. And they built him a mold of that fish. Bass Pro did, and it was 9 inches too short. The fish they sent him, the mold of was 9 inches too short from the mouth, the lips to the horn. And it was 135-pound fish that the mold was made of. And he sent it back. It cost him, I think, $600-700. He called and told him, "Hey, okay, Mike, I'm sure glad to see you, boy." They took it back and gave him his money back, and a fella bought that fish from Bass Pro and got it hanging in his office or got it hanging somewhere. So Bass Pro didn't lose any money, but a 135-pound mold was the biggest mold that they had and it was 9 inches short from those fins on the side of those I call them horns. I don't know what.
Yeah.
To his mouth, there's a lot of weight in that fish's head up there. So that was the biggest blue catfish I've ever seen. And he turned him back because Johnny had certified back somewhere around 1990, a fellow named Carol Pearson that lives right up the road there from us. We both know him, and Johnny fished with him some. Pectoral fins. Okay, Chris. He certified at that time, Mississippi State record, I believe it was 96 pounds. And Johnny owns certified scales. He owns a seed company where they sell wheat seed and bean seed and rice seed. And Carol brought that fish to him, and the biologists and all, they met at Johnny's place, and they certified the fish as a new state record at that time. But the fish died. And Johnny was there and saw all that. And so he wasn't gonna kill that big fish. Well, you know, Bass Pro will buy those fish from you and put them in their aquarium.
I sure hate to see one that big die.
Oh, I know it. It wasn't. I know. I wouldn't do it. I'd take a bunch of pictures. That was that fish that Johnny caught, that 151. They took that was over 100 pictures of that fish. When he got it to the bank, he carried it in the water. You know, he didn't take it. Never got him out of the water. Carried him to the water, to the bank, and there was a bunch of people there, and they got out there and held the fish in the water and took pictures. There's all kind of pictures of that fish. And Johnny and this other guy took, I don't know, I've forgotten, like 18 or 19 measurements and wrote them all down, you know, of that fish, different spots on him and how they measured him and all. They had all kind of measurements. And that forensic guy up there in Pittsburgh, he sent all of that information to, and all those pictures, he sent all that stuff to that guy, and he came back with 151 plus or minus 2 pounds. What's up, Chris?
Well, you know, used to get them weighed pretty quick. You could get them weighed down there at the grocery store where I went fishing. But now it may seem like you make you wait a day or two before they even get around to weighing them.
Well, I know it. It's you know, it costs a lot of money for a game and fish guy to have a set of certified scales. But they don't in Mississippi. You got to carry it somewhere to a set of certified scales. And I don't know. It's crazy that now if it was a bass, I suppose that I don't know how they do a bass. I suppose
way.
I guess
same way. They want you to try to keep it alive, or freeze it. But I don't know. I don't know very many bass fishermen don't take a chance on killing a fish like that.
That old boy in Natchez sure killed that one.
Sure did.
You go to talk about 8-10 hours, you got to be set up pretty good, and then that way, and you still don't know if you're gonna keep him alive. He may stay alive, but you never know how stressed that fish is.
Oh yeah, that's just like, you used to be able to go get them weighed down at the corner store from right around the corner from the lake I fished. And I don't know, I think something happened and they challenged the scales on something and they just quit doing it.
Yeah.
Somebody probably got irritated because they got beat. I don't know. But anyway, they did quit doing it.
See you, Froggy.
I'll see you tomorrow, Froggy. I'll be on at 1.
You fishing tomorrow?
No, I'm going to play a game tomorrow.
Oh, okay. How are your bass tournaments going?
Well, I had another one. I got in it. I was doing pretty good and come down with the pneumonia and had to get out of it because
okay. I knew you went
bad. But they're fixing to do another one on the 6th. They announced it yesterday. So it's going to run from the 6th until the 23rd. They're going to do it a little longer this time, so I'll get to probably be in this one again.
Okay. Buck, you know how far a butcher is from in Greenville, Mississippi? I don't even know if we got a butcher. We got some folks back there that cut up meat at the grocery store, but them scales won't weigh no 130-pound fish. Not here. Hey, Lisa. Oh, gosh. Why don't you go fall off the end of the dock or something, Lisa? Married life is getting tough on Aaron. He's staying at the dock by himself fishing at night now. She done run him off.
Yeah, 1 o'clock tomorrow.
Look who left the door open and the crazy got out.
Well, I got to tell you something, Steve. You're going to have to get to catching some fish. They're getting kind of hard on you.
They don't bother me, man. They don't. Yeah, there you go, Buck. I live in the boonies, man. Yeah. I don't know anything about it, Dallas. It was his fish. The man caught it to do what he wanted to with. I just would have left him out there. I couldn't have brought him. I couldn't have killed it.
Wonder how long it takes a fish to get that big. How old he has to be.
I don't know. You'd have to ask Epic. A lot of years. A lot of years. But I wouldn't even try to guess.
I wish it took me.
Okay, Eric B. Thank you for stopping in, man.
I wish I could be that old without being that big.
Ain't that the truth? I'm telling you. Yeah. That old saying, if I'd have known I was going to live this long, I'd have taken better care of myself. I think about that about 25 times a day. I know one thing. If I had to do over again, I'd have been a cheerleader. I wouldn't have been out there between them lines doing nothing.
Yeah.
I'd have been the one holding them girls up now.
That football kind of rough on the body, ain't it?
Yeah, baseball too, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Stan, I know it. I can't even get out. The weather's too bad down here. That's what Troy and I are talking about. The weather's been bad down here for at least a week. Well, I'll tell you what, I can tell you this. I'm on the free plan on StreamYard, and the 4th of April, I got renewed. I got 20 new hours the 4th of April. And that was 12 days ago. I can't even add. 4 from 13 is 9. That was 9 days ago. And the wind and storms been so bad down here for 9 days that I can't even go live stream on the riverbank.
Be careful, Danny.
Yeah, I know it, Danny. You better pay attention up there, man.
Well, it's either been storming here or the wind has been blowing so hard you couldn't go out and fish anyway.
Well, that's what it's been doing. Must have been getting exactly the same type of weather.
We had 40-mile-an-hour wind the other day.
That's right. I tell you, the wind was so bad Sunday here that I got my sweet corn is up. It's up good now. It's up 8, 9, close to a foot tall in my little garden. I don't have much, but I got a little garden. I drove my truck out in my yard and parked beside that sweet corn, keeping blowing. It was laying that stuff all the way over, and it wasn't but 8 or 10 inches tall. And I went and parked my truck out there to block the wind off of it. And man, it's been bad down. I don't know if I've seen it like that around here before. You got the flu, or you ain't got the. Well, you one of the few people that catches the flu. Most everybody they claim got COVID.
He got the flu, and I had to touch a pneumonia. That figures.
Yeah, Chris, that's what I've been doing. I've been watching the Storm Chasers. And I watched Nate Snyder. A lot of people watch Ryan Hall, but I watched Nate Snyder.
Are they on YouTube?
Yeah, Nate Snyder he got all the fancy radar and stuff in his on his computer. But now I watch several Storm Chasers. But you get more information from the guys in the studio.
There's Miss Jody.
Huh?
That's Jody in there.
Hey, Jody. No, hey, Charles Utley.
Say,
Who's live? Nate Snyder or Ryan Hall? Or I know Reed Timmer's live. Reed Timmer's headed south down through Arkansas, eastern Arkansas, headed toward Memphis. Yeah, it's the wind is blowing about 400 miles an hour out there now, and the sun's shining, but it's a cloud bank just constantly building up in the south. And Reed was headed through Blytheville, Arkansas about 30, 45 minutes ago, headed south on 55 toward Memphis. I don't know if he's coming all the way to Mississippi or not.
I miss Jody.
Ryan Hall, yeah. Yeah, I watch him some too. I watch a bunch of them. They were all up in Iowa yesterday, all the storm chasers, and they headed south today. Man, they put a lot of miles on the vehicle. Yeah, Dixie Alley, that's right. I heard him. That's what his tag is on his live stream. We had a little rumble thunderstorm come through here last night, but it was just rain and thunder, lightning. Yeah, Iowa was bad. They have some bad ones up there, no doubt.
That line of storms that come through here yesterday split apart, and both of them went around me. And they're supposed to come in about 4 o'clock. And I have a dog, and when that storm comes, that dog has got everybody up.
Yeah.
I mean, she pitches a fit. She wants to go get in the bathroom.
Oh yeah, man. And everybody home.
Be careful, Danny.
Okay, yeah. Good luck, Danny.
Please be careful on that.
Look. Luck is excited. Okay.
That dog of mine is so bad when it storms. I got a pill I'm supposed to give her. I don't ever give it to her, but that's bad when you got to give the dog a sedative.
You got to take a calm pill.
Yeah.
I tell you what I've tried to do, and I don't think it works. But I got this CBD salve right here that I rub on my joints. That stuff works pretty good too. And that little bottle costs $100 though. And but it works. It works on me. I've taken some on my finger and rubbed it on Lucky's nose to see if it calmed him down. It looked like
that cat scratches at you all the time.
it looked like it fires him up, man.
Oh, mercy.
Oh, he goes in there and goes to eating and want to munch and all that. Want some treats.
That's just pure boredom, Steve, is what that is. Yeah.
He's sitting over here looking out the window right now.
He probably want a little taste of that stuff you got in that jar.
Look, when I show it to him now, he runs. He don't like it. Yeah. My son up lives in Arkansas. They got a cat. They have to give medication too. that cat's crazy too. But no. What do they call chill pill? Yeah, you got to give your dog a chill pill. Whistle a tune. No, I don't need it. I don't need that. Yeah, Dallas. I bet that would calm him down. Yeah, I messed up. I think it was Friday night. Yeah, Friday. I was hurting real bad. My joints and so I got those magic cookies, and I got some that says daytime, and I got some that says nighttime. Well, I very seldom deal with the nighttime ones because they're pretty powerful. And I keep them in the freezer. So I took a knife and I put it there and I hit it with that knife and cracked it open and it broke in half. And I said, "What the heck with it?" And I ate that half a pill. It was Thursday. I remember now. It was Thursday. And I ate a half of that cookie. And I swear it was Friday night before I felt like motivating, doing anything. That thing, I didn't hallucinate any, but I would just blah, just I'd sit there, I'd catch myself sitting there staring at that TV, watching them cowboy shows, and I wasn't even listening to the TV. I was just sitting there staring at it. Didn't even realize what the cowboy show was about. I said, "Damn, I ain't doing that no more." But I didn't hurt. I just wasn't able to do anything. Yeah, half of that was too much cookies, too much stuff. Yeah, no telling what he'd do with beer. But he just takes spells with it. I don't know.
You're gonna have to put that cat in rehab. You keep on going.
Yeah, I never have mistreated him. But we had a dog I used to give beer, and look here, one time, hey Chuck, Charles, CP, yeah, you need one. I got some good ones, Charles. I got some to make you feel good now. One time we were camped, me and this girl from Mena, Arkansas, and a man from Monroe, Louisiana. It was just us three. We camped over in a campground on the Arkansas River, the lower Arkansas, and we called ourselves on flathead fish. And we couldn't catch a fish. But anyway, the day we were gonna go home on Sunday, we were splitting up on Sunday. And we were sitting around the camp that Sunday morning. Of course, I might have been drinking beer. I ain't gonna say I was or wasn't, but anyway, a coon came up in the camp, and I was eating some hot skins, pork skins, and drinking beer, and we were sitting there talking. And I threw one of them hot skins out there, and that coon got that skin and ate that skin. Well, we had some, we had, I don't know, I guess it's all right to talk about it. I had some moonshine. So I went over and got a little old pan and laid it down on the ground and poured about 3 jiggers of that moonshine in there and 4 or 5 of them hot skins. And that dadgum coon, and them skins soaked up all that moonshine. And that coon came over and ate all them hot skins. And watched, it wasn't much shine left. There was those skins were gooey, from the moonshine. Look, that coon got so dadgum drunk he couldn't even stand up. He tried to walk away. And he was right there in the wide open in the campsite. That coon tried to walk away, and he was walking sideways. I felt bad about that. But you talking about funny. Man, that stuff knocked that coon out, man. No, Tim, I'm not fishing. I'm waiting on the tornado to come through. I'm going to put some packages out there on the ground and ship them to South Carolina. Free express.
Is it supposed to be tornado just a watch, or is it warnings, or what is it?
Well, right now the warnings are back in Louisiana, I think, and East Texas.
Well, yeah, it went all east to us today.
Yeah, so. Right. Right now we just, but as you know, as the temperatures rise, that I don't know nothing about all that, but as the temperatures rise, they claim it's supposed to get bad. But now it looked like it may be slacking off. It said 1, 2, and 3 is supposed to be pretty bad. It looked like it may go north of me. Wet Central Arkansas all the way up to Hot Springs, Little Rock. My son at Bologna, they catching hell. And it's going toward Danny. Well, there it is.
Well, I'm sick of these tornadoes. Now, I can handle a little bit of thunder and lightning and a little hail, but these tornadoes got to go.
Oh, I'm telling you. It's all in Indiana now. Indiana Chris ought to be getting popped pretty good.
It blowed the roof off of Dairy Queen over here with it in Ennis, which is about an hour from me, and
Yeah.
landed on a bunch of cars.
Oh, hey. Looked like that thing made. No, it's still building up. I don't know. It's just hard to tell. Usually, if it goes across at Dallas and goes on towards Shreveport, most of the time we get hammered. But right now, it's got a lot of north in it. Right this minute.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
Has Hogleg had some trouble with his lives? Because I get up sometime and his lives has been blocked out.
No, he may have you on. He may have blocked you out.
No. It's not either. It's sometimes you get up first thing in the morning. It's a copyright deal.
Oh yeah, he's had some trouble with some wombos.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, he's had some trouble with some wombos. He sure has. He was talking about it the last couple of nights.
Well, I heard him say something about it this morning, and I told my wife, I said, I think that's what the deal is, but I didn't hear all what he said.
Yeah, he's had some trouble with some wombos, and they are of him and Melissa.
Of them two?
Of him and his wife, and it's his live stream, but they still.
You got to be kidding. Good
no,
night.
that's.
What's that other weather guy's name? I got Ryan Hall. I just subscribed.
Nate Snyder.
Okay.
He's a good one. And then there's David Schulhauser or something. I can't say his name, but I watch Nate Snyder.
It's in Wombas. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Hogleg's been getting in trouble with the folks. There's the link if anybody wants to jump up here. Well, I got all my garden planted, and I need some pretty weather. I'm about tired of all this stuff.
Yeah, I just want to go fish on the new dock. I thought I sure gonna get to do that Saturday, but it ain't looking good. I bet it's been 4 months since I put a lure in the water.
It ain't been that long for me, but it's been quite a while. Because I got to go over there when I go Mexican channel. Yeah, well, I can't understand what they saying, Tim. You can, I can't. I got to go over there with a tow rope and pull a bunch of logs out of the way so I can even get down to the water.
Did you see my video where I went to the gun range?
No, I saw it, but I didn't look at it.
Yeah.
You go shooting, actual shooting?
Yeah. Yeah, with a semi-automatic handgun with a laser on it. You'll have to go watch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you do good?
Oh yeah, I'm good.
Oh, are you really?
I've always been good. Yeah, I've always been good with a handgun. Yeah.
I'll be dog.
Yeah.
Hey, Martin.
That was a brand new gun. I had just got it. I had to get it sighted in, get the laser tuned up. And when I started recording, I'd already had it, got it sighted in. Yeah. That laser's good for old eyes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Who you talking to, Stan? Me? How long since you got a 30-pound fish?
Hello, Martin.
I got one. When was it? October, November? I don't know if he's trying to pick on me or not. It don't bother me.
I just settled for a fish. It's been
Yeah.
too long.
I guess he's gonna start picking on me. He couldn't handle Brian B, so he's gonna start in on me. And I've always been nice to Stan, and now he's gonna start messing with me. That's the way Yankees do, Troy. You know, Yankees. You know the old saying that they like hemorrhoids. You know that old saying, don't you?
No.
Yeah, Yankees are like hemorrhoids. As long as they come down and stay a while and go back, they okay. But when they come down and stay, they're a pain in the ass.
Now, my wife is from Chicago. If I told her that, I probably wouldn't get no dinner tonight. So if I do tell her, I'll wait till after I eat to tell her.
Hey, Clayton.
Oh,
Yeah, Clayton. Now, Troy hadn't heard it, so I was telling him about it. Yeah, I spent 15 years working for Germans and Yankees. Boy, you talking about a rough 15 years. Hey, hillbilly hippie.
yep.
Buck. Take it easy, man. Yeah, it looked like we're gonna be later on this afternoon. They were talking 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, but I bet you it's gonna be 6, 7, 8 now. That thing's got a lot of north in it.
Well, if it's gonna happen here, I hope it happens sooner than later, where that dog will go to bed.
So
She don't bother me none, but she keeps my wife awake. Now, I'm tell you that.
Well, it looked like it's already passed through Dallas, Fort Worth. It's way to the east of you now.
Well, that's good.
But it was rough when it went through. Did it go through a couple hours ago?
Yeah, well, it went. I was up at 6, and it was going through then, but it split apart, and I went right through the middle of it, but it tore up stuff to the north and the south of it. But I got a little rain. That was it.
Well, it's over toward Athens and past Corsicana.
Oh yeah, that's east of me. Yeah,
And it's It's headed toward Kilgore and all the way down to Nacogdoches.
Oh yeah, that's way south, way east
But
and
it's
south.
still got a bunch of them little old hot cells in it. Hot ones. Bad ones.
That's a pretty good line of storms that come through this morning. I don't want.
A bunch of it just went over to Lady Bend. I believe that's Toledo Bend. Yeah.
They had a bunch of car accidents in the Metroplex this morning to them storms.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, man. Them folks in Dallas they ain't got but one speed. Well, they got two speeds, dead still and 80.
That's right. That's right. Drive too fast.
And that I-35 split, do you know where I'm talking about?
It had a wreck on it this morning.
I went through that twice one day I think I was trying to keep on 35. And I ended up on 30 both times. And I missed that. Boy, that's a bad split right there. Up, and it's under a viaduct almost. That thing is terrible. But Dallas, them folks out there, they get with the program when they get in a car.
The thing about it is, if you're not going 80, they're gonna run over you.
They run over you.
Yeah,
they do. Blow the horn, carry on, do all that. No, it's just a habit I got, Jody. I've always done that. I guess it used to when I got a baseball cap on, I don't do anything but tip my hat and move my hat around. But when I ain't got a cap on, I always rub my hat. It's just a habit. I don't know why I do it, but it's a habit. No, I don't do a whole lot of that other scratching. Yeah, just a habit. I know you're trying to be funny. I guess I rub my hair kind of like the girls flip the hair back over. I reckon that's the same thing.
I could have done that. Even thinking about seeing that. Oh man.
Jody, you at work? I guess she is. Wednesday, yeah, she's at work. Yeah.
He'll get you later.
Yeah. Why is everybody always picking on me?
Well,
seems like somebody wrote a song. Who was that wrote that? Who was that? Was that the Big Bopper? I believe that was the Big Bopper. No, it wasn't the Big Bopper. I can't remember who wrote that song. I'm gonna put that link in here. Maybe somebody else wants to come up. Anybody does.
Well, what did you plant in your garden?
I got 4 tomatoes. I got 3 squash. I got 1 eggplant. Got a row of okra about 12, 14 feet long. Hey, bud. I got I had 55 ears of corn, heels of corn, and I trimmed it down to 45. And I got 5 early cucumbers up. And here in about another, probably the middle of May, I'll plant 5 more in the same spot where I'll have cucumbers, for a longer time. We love cucumbers and onions and tomatoes cut up and put in Italian salad dressing. Keep it in the refrigerator, and that's it. That's it. But
we don't have no room to grow no garden here. Live in an apartment, but there's a farmer's market, and those people are from East Texas, I believe.
Yeah.
And they got the best tomatoes and produce. We go down there on Sunday and buy some stuff.
Okay, Jody. Come back when you can't stay so long.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's a farmer's market here, but down here they don't hardly go too good because there's so many people raising little gardens in their backyards and all. And I'm gonna tell you, it's just 2 of us. And and I got 3 bell peppers. You can raise so much stuff if you take good care of it, and use Miracle-Gro and keep a good worm population. You can raise so much stuff in a little bitty spot that heck, it's more than 2 people can eat.
Yeah.
The coasters, okay. All right, Tim. I can't remember who wrote it, but I remember when it was there. Yeah,
I like fresh tomatoes. I could probably eat 2 tomatoes a day with a meal. That and onions and.
Well, I tell you, I didn't plant the onions this year. First time in 30 years.
Jeremy, good to see you, Jeremy.
Because I'm bad to take my garden knife and a salt shaker.
That's me.
And go out and pull one and eat it.
That is me.
Look, man, I know onions are good for you, but I don't think that many onions. When I plant them real thick, and then I thin them, and when I thin them, I eat all of the ones I thin. And I just eating too many onions. Kay said I smell like onions. She said, "You been eating onions?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I've been eating onions." And she said, "I can smell them. They come through the pores of your skin when you eat so much of them." I love them. I think that's Thursday night, Jimmy Graham. She fishes on Thursday night. But garlic does the same thing. And I love both of them. Man.
Yeah, I like to eat that onions, tomatoes, salt on them.
Lord, man, I'll get me 2 pieces of bread and mayonnaise, salt and pepper, and slice of onion and make me an onion sandwich. I'll eat one in a heartbeat. AC/DC thunderstruck. Hey, Pastor. Yeah, I love onions. I wish I could raise Vidalia over here.
Raise what?
Vidalia onions. Hey, Clayton. Now, if you can get true Vidalia onions, they about as good as you want to eat. They raised around Vidalia, Georgia. Now, Hogleg was telling me that it's hard to get Vidalia onions now. I don't know, but they've always been hard to get over here, unless you catch one of those trucks that they buy them off of the trucks, and bring them over here and set up on the side of the highway.
Somebody was saying that they're having a hard time even buying chicken for bait.
Yeah, cheap.
That must have been Chris. I think at Hooks and Hammocks said he tried to buy some chicken breast for bait and couldn't even find it.
Well, you know, my wife does all the grocery shopping, and she has to go to 2 different stores to with a grocery list every time she goes. I don't know what the hell that happened in this country. It's craziest thing. I mean, we in the worst shape we think we in. I think. I don't know, and the highways are full of trucks. I mean, hell, there's enough truck stops around here. That's the biggest business in Lake Village is the Love's Truck Stop. And you can't go by there. There ain't 50 trucks over there.
Well, I think somebody said that Walmart was giving my wife may have told me that, said Walmart was giving a big raise to get truck drivers because nobody, they ain't got no help. $110,000, she just said.
I'll be dog. Well, that's crazy. I know 3 people in the last 9 months that have quit their job and gone through truck driver training. And now they driving trucks. I mean, there's plenty of people want to drive them. It looks like.
Well, but they're getting into it because the money's. I mean, $110,000. That make me want to go get in the truck and try to drive it.
Oh, I'm telling you.
I mean,
But listen to this, Troy. Now, a big part of the problem I understand is that they can't get the ships unloaded.
Well, yeah,
now, I've heard that, and I've heard that from people that live on the coast and around the ports, New Orleans, New York, places like that. Well, don't the mafia control the longshoremen?
Your problem is they're saying they don't have enough workers to get it unloaded in a timely manner.
But wait a minute now, that's all union labor.
Well, I understand that.
And union goes to work when the union tells them to go to work.
Well, yeah.
And you don't hear longshoremen on strike.
No.
That's all union labor. That ain't the regular folks that get a job somewhere free right to work. That's all union labor to unload those ships.
Well, I'm wondering if it's more not the ship workers, but the people that's supposed to be prosecuting. Not prosecuting, but
processing.
Processing the goods and keeping account of everything.
I don't know. It's something don't make sense to me because if the mafia controls the labor unions like we've always been told, they don't want the economy, or do they want the economy to go bad? Does that mean black market stuff would be more valuable?
Well, yeah.
Would the mafia be trying to make more money or some sort of way on the black market? I don't know. I ain't smart enough to figure all that out, but I know that all the longshoremen belong to that union, whatever that union is, and those people don't quit their job to draw a check. Those people go to work.
90% of it is probably the fact that not just one group of people or another group of people, it's probably everybody seeing an opportunity to jack the prices way up where they won't go back down.
Well, that may be the truth. I don't know.
It costs me and you more money to eat and live. And once they get the prices up there, when the price goes up, they never want to lower it.
Well, yeah.
So it's probably a lot of things. He says, Jeremy is saying right here that he paid $11 for 3 pieces of chicken. That's crazy.
Yeah. And look at it, Jeremy. Arkansas, there's enough chickens in Arkansas to feed the world for at least 6 months. Because, there's thousands and thousands, millions and millions of chickens in Arkansas. And West Alabama. There's millions of chickens in West Alabama. But Tyson supports the University of Arkansas up there at Fayetteville. They the biggest. They pump billions of dollars, millions of dollars into that university, and they raise them chickens up there around Fayetteville.
Yeah, but the
Yeah,
problem is,
that's what I thought, Tim.
though, is that they got the chickens, but they ain't got nobody to work at the chicken plant.
Listen, wait a minute, now, Troy. 15 years ago, it was predicted that the Hispanic speaking population of Fayetteville, Arkansas would be 50%. That's 15 years ago. That the Hispanic speaking population of Fayetteville, Arkansas would be 50%. Because that's chicken. There's more than just Tyson there, but Tyson is big there. That's because of the Hispanics coming in there working in the chicken factories, the chicken processing plant. Well, they ain't quit coming, and they're legals. They all got green cards and all. They're legals. They come in the way you're supposed to come in. And now I don't know if they ever reach 50%, but listen, those people don't sit down and draw a check. Not the ones that come into this part of the country. The ones that go into California, they may go into California to draw a check. But the Hispanics that come here, I know hundreds of them. I know them. I mean, they all go to work. They all got a job. They all driving nice vehicles, and they're all here legally. 90% of them are here legally. But they come in here to go to work. They don't come in here to live off the government. But I can't see where they'd be shortage of workers. I don't understand what it is. I don't know. I'm just sitting here talking, and I'm trying to read what people are saying. If any of them.
Dallas says here, he thinks it's because of the climate, world climate, and that's true about searching the ship containers. Now, I know they are searching the containers all the time, still, and they're afraid that they're gonna be something brought in here that shouldn't be brought in here. So I know that that's one of the holdups. But
hey, Don R. Let's go, Brandon. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to. I hadn't mentioned any of the politics of it because I don't know the politics of it.
Yeah, me either.
I know that I ordered February a year ago. I ordered a new metal detector from a fellow in Iowa. He got a company up there, and the metal detector coming from Turkey. And so it was February, March, April. He had a podcast. He got a podcast once a week, and I was always in that podcast. And somewhere along the end of March, he told me that his distributor had called him and said that the metal detector was in the United States. And, he told me that on the podcast. I was in the chat room. Well, the next week, he said that true, the metal detector is in the United States, but it's in the port at Houston, Texas, still on the ship. And they can't get it unloaded.
Uh-huh.
I said, what in the world? Okay, well, anyway, it rocked along there, and I may get my months wrong. I'm pretty sure it was still in he called, one chat room another week or two. He said that they had finally got the ship unloaded, and this was in May, and it was before they planted soybeans, because I wanted to take it to a field over in Arkansas that they were going to plant soybeans on. and they had the field had been wet, and it was one that it would be one of the last places they got planted. And I got to hunt with that machine 2 days over there in that field before the tractors rolled in and messed it all up. And they got the field planted. But so it was in the middle of May before I got that metal detector, and it was shipped directly from Houston to me. It didn't go to Iowa and then to me. It went from Houston to me, and I sent the money to Iowa. So at February, March, April, May, it sat out there in Houston for 4 months, getting that ship unloaded.
Well, I know that a lot of these hats and T-shirts that some of the YouTubers have been selling, I know a lot of that's been delayed.
Yeah.
I bought some stuff here a while back. Took a month to get it.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Hey, Tim, they don't raise. I know there's any of these Midwestern boys in here. I think Don R's up maybe. I wonder if the Midwest is going to plant all that corn this year with fertilizer prices like they are.
I hear no.
Huh?
I hear no.
The Mississippi boys are not planting much corn this year.
I hear a lot of them is not going to be able to afford to plant.
The fertilizer price has tripled since last spring.
I seen a deal on a documentary piece on YouTube about that and about the fact that a lot of them was not going to plant because they couldn't afford to buy the fertilizer.
Yeah, we make 200 bushels of corn to the acre. I don't know what they make up in Indiana and across that corn desert, but we make 200 and better here. They probably do the same. But they operating on the bottom line. I mean, you can't operate and lose money. And if fertilizer prices triple, then corn prices got to go way high. Or soybeans is a better option because it don't cost. Soybeans are a cheap crop to raise. And I know down here they falling off of the corn wagon. They not planting corn. Now some of the big operators will plant some just to speculate. That the price will go up at the end of the harvest. I don't know, Dallas. I hadn't heard anything about it. That dog's all right, man. Don't worry about that dog.
That dog will drive you nuts. Well, I'll tell you, I'm gonna give you be the bearer of the bad news, and you probably already know this, but if corn goes that high, your meat's gonna be right behind it.
Oh, they got to feed them everything. Feed corn, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all got those feed lots where they feed out beef and everything will go skyrocket. It'll go out of sight.
Yeah.
That's what put all of the, we used to be the catfish capital of the world, pond raised catfish down here. And I would bet you, I don't know, 70% of the boys went out of business. Because when soybeans went to, the first year soybeans went up to $10 or $12 a bushel. And that's the basis for a lot of the catfish feed is soybean meal. Yeah, they put them all out of business. They couldn't afford to feed the fish, so
yeah,
they seine the ponds, sold what they had, plowed them up, and started farming in the bottom of the ponds. There's thousands of acres of ponds out here. You go by and you can see the top of a tractor. Those ponds were built where they drain out perfectly, and they farming soybeans in the bottom of all the ponds now. They sure are.
Well,
thousands of acres.
A lady that runs the apartment complex I live in, I went over the other day. I'm always kidding her about something. I asked her with a serious face the other day if I could put a hog on the patio because the price of meat was getting too high. She told me right quick that wasn't going to happen.
That wasn't going to happen. Well, Buck, I hate to talk politics, but I feel that you hit on a very strong point right there. I hate to even start that conversation in here, but 50% of the population already is dependent on the government. They ain't got to get many more. But anyway, I'm at the end of my journey. Somebody else has to worry about it. I feel sorry for these younger folks. Oh yeah, ethanol is. If it wasn't for government subsidies, there wouldn't be no ethanol anyway.
Nope. Now they done moved to electric cars, so your electricity bill is gonna go up.
I don't know. Electric cars is somebody sold somebody a bill of goods on electric cars.
They sure buying them up around here.
No, I know it, but you wait till one of them is buzzing down 35 and comes to that 35-30 split and it goes dead. How many folks gonna get killed right there?
Yeah, that's right.
There won't be enough ambulances in Texas to haul the dead folks away from there.
They sure had it cracked up this morning with that weather.
Yeah, that wreck will go all the way back to that would go all the way back to what's the name of that little town? Fake Texas or whatever it is, way back over across that bridge, way back to the east. That wreck will last a long time. It may reach Texarkana. Who knows? Oh man.
Well, are you gonna get into Jody's fishing challenge on Thursday night when it warms up?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. It's staying pretty full now. It's kind of hard to get in. I may not be able to get in. Yeah, I want to, but you know, I can't go out there and do all this stuff with this. The weather got to be good for me to get out there.
Well, I understand that.
I can't handle it.
Yeah, I'm limited on what I can do too.
That's right. So you know how it is. You know exactly how it is. It's got to be pretty close to perfect for me to go tackle it. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't like fishing at night. Most people do, but I ain't never like fishing at night. And I got the lights and everything, but I don't like it. It's too much I can't see.
You know, it's kind of a chore for me to go fish and film and all that stuff and set up and you know, I do a little stuff at home, a little cooking and a little video game playing, but it's kind of a chore to go set up everything to fish and get it on camera.
Oh, I understand.
Anybody that thinks it is easy is not.
Yeah, I've got my stuff down pretty close to where I can make one trip up and one trip down. But you know, even at that, I'm you know, you got it a lot worse than that because you got to have a dock to go a certain spot and all that.
Yeah, that's right.
You got to have your wife or someone to go with you to help you out, and it's just thankful you can do it at all. You know. Right.
Well, and you know that's why I do so much video game stuff and everything else. Don, right here, Don is saying you gotta have a video about the weather. I seen that weather report this morning. Y'all getting snow, Don R?
Yeah, they're getting a blizzard.
I thought there was. I told my wife this morning, I said, I think Don's getting a blizzard.
I got a real close friend that's working. in the oil fields. I don't know if it's North Dakota or South Dakota. He just went up there about 2 years ago. Anyway, I sent him a link to one of them honky tonks, and he's a music guy. And I sent him a link to one of them honky tonks. I wanted him to listen to that band down there in Key West last night. And he texted me back and said he's going to listen a while, but then he got to get under the covers and get some sleep before, because he got to go out and work in this blizzard tomorrow.
Oh.
If it wasn't for the money, I expect Scott to be back in Mississippi. 15 inches. 30.
I seen that. I seen that.
That's white. That's white out, ain't it, Don?
He's showing them pictures of that on my news this morning, all the way down here in Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a chore for me to go fish and film and all that. There'll be some stuff, but there won't be a lot. But I'm just gonna do what I can do, and make the best of my channel as I can do it, and that's what it's gonna be. Just have some fun.
24 more hours of it.
Good grief. Just about time old Don thinks he's going to get the fish, here comes a blizzard.
He can't catch nothing anyway.
It's been so long, and since I've caught a crappie on a jig, if I get a hit, I'll probably freeze, Steve.
Freeze up.
I won't even know how to set the hook.
Won't know what to do.
Oh, it's been a long time.
Look here, that thing, some of that stuff reaches all the way down into southern Iowa, man. All Kansas City getting ice and snow right now.
Ah, mercy.
That's a big one. But then it breaks up, but back to the west, boy, it is. And it's spinning. It's doing this. It's a spinning motion. My knot is getting tore up with snow. I got a good friend in my knot I used to work with.
50-mile-an-hour winds. Good grief.
Get ready, Coach. They're on the way. Oh, yeah, David. That's what I started this live stream to be here when the storm rolled in, but it split up. And it's going to be later getting here. But you already getting it, right, David? You getting it right now, aren't you? This thing got a whole lot of north in it. I've said that about 10 times. Yeah, Jonesboro, Little Rock, getting into Memphis and Charlotte. Oh, hell, it's already in Memphis.
Round 2. Don says waiting on round 2.
Third day in a row, I'm telling you, boy. Well, Don, at least you got an excuse for not catching nothing.
I think old Don got that boat out about 2 weeks ahead of time.
Yeah, he ran. He tried to fool Mother Nature, and Mother Nature fooling him. Well, you take care of yourself up there, David, Don. Watch this stuff. Yeah, Don, you know I'm just messing with you, boy. He's out there in that ice trying to fish in that tournament, that Channel Cat tournament, and there's ice on the ground, man. Oh, yeah, I know it, David.
Baseball size hail. That'll tear up a few things, won't it?
Oh, Arkansas was covered up with big hailstorms Monday night.
Now, you want to see a sight? You ought to see this. You ought to see this wheelchair on ice.
Oh, good gosh, man!
Ooh, no.
You better stay in the house.
Listen, when it gets to going sliding, it ain't nothing to do but to hold on
Hold
as
on,
best you can.
hope it stays upright.
Yeah, I stay in the house.
Yeah, man.
I don't know how in the world I could ever live up north where the ice is and freezes all the time.
You'd have to have
I just stay in the house.
cleats. Had to put them cleats on them tires
Yeah.
on that thing. Dig in.
Yeah.
Yeah, weather is. You just hang around. If you don't like what's here, just hang around a few minutes. It's gonna change. Did you have any damage, David, from the hail? I never have
Right.
seen. I never have been in any golf ball. Yes, yeah, that's what I guarantee they will. That's what I told my daughter-in-law on the telephone yesterday afternoon. It'll be enough roofers in Arkansas to. Well, you know what they do. I know the ones in Greenville. When they have a big hailstorm like that, they leave. They take the whole cruise and they go to those places and go around putting cards in the mailboxes, business cards in the mailboxes. And now it's even easier with cell phone. And they'll stay for a month putting roofs on houses behind those hailstones. I know several of these guys around here that do it. And if you got a roof that needs done, they tell you it'll be 2 months before I can get to you.
When you big as I am, Dallas, you don't drift, you just flop. Yeah,
Yeah, well, my grandson's car was at UCA, David, and he lives on the south end of Conway in an apartment complex. Just moved there, and he didn't have any damage to his car, but he had some friends up on campus. Boy, it tore that car up. Where in Conway does she live? Where in Conway does she live? What area? What part of town?
yeah. Well, I'm gonna stay off of any icy ramps.
Yeah, it might work. I told this story before about hail. The old Brotherhood of Catfishermen used to have a big get together on Keystone Reservoir out there in Tulsa every year. And I had a buddy that lived in Manhattan, Wamego, Kansas, outside of Manhattan there. And when he would go down to that, going toward Valonia, okay. Every year he would come down from Kansas to that Keystone thing, and then from there he would come down here and stay a week with me at my house, and we fished. He's gone now, but anyway, that the day they broke up, or that Sunday when they broke up there in Keystone in Tulsa, he headed on down here, and they had a big hailstorm come through the park where they were camped, and it actually went through the top of campus. Some of those hailstones went through the top of some of the campers there. Busted windshield out a bunch of cars, hit one boy in the shoulder. He had to go to Tulsa to the hospital. It was bad hail. Well, anyhow, Dale got on down here that Sunday night. And Monday morning, we went out to unpack his truck. The weather was fine here. And he was going to get he had his clothes in a big plastic tote. Well, he popped the top off of that thing. Was going to get him a shirt and a pair of pants and to carry back in the house. And his clothes was wringing wet. And he got to looking. and that hail, had gone through the top of that tote and soaked his clothes. There was 4 or 5 big old balls of it, and we had to take his clothes and put them all in the dry. It busted windshield, one side of the windshield of his truck, knocked one of his mirrors. His little Chevrolet pickup knocked one of the mirrors off the truck. While he was here, we went to the junkyard and got him a mirror and put it on there. But that hail was bad. Hey, fellas, how you doing, boy?
I built a new sticker. Can you see it there on the logo?
Oh yeah. Let me see how to do that. Well, that ain't what I wanted to do. That ain't what I wanted to do. How'd I put you on full screen right there? Yeah. Oh yeah. Fishing and game. I got you. Now
Yeah.
how'd I get it back exit full screen?
Yeah. Yeah, I built a new logo and new sticker. After I done yours, I liked yours so much I had to redo mine.
Yeah. I still got plenty of stickers. I don't know. I sent out about 40, I guess. I need to. Hey, if any of y'all want one of my stickers, please send me a email with your mailing address, and I'll be glad to send you one if you don't have one, and if you want one. I need to go on and get them all out.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a mail call video. Try to do it this weekend. I got 5 or 6 stickers and some jigs and things that I got from Law of Stokes, and I'm gonna have some stickers made too. I'm gonna have Bobcat make mine though.
Well, that one you drew up for me to fix me up, man. I like it. It's pretty.
Well, I just go show you even the sun shines on the dogs behind now and then.
Yeah, you did a good
That's the
job.
first one I have. Do you believe that's the first one I ever made?
Well, you did a good job. I took it exactly, except for the writing. I had him jazz up the letters, and you said you'd figured out how to do that now.
Yeah. Once I looked at it after he did that, I went back and looked, and I said, "Well, I know how to do that now too."
There you go.
So, but I'd been making thumbnails, but that's the first time I ever put together a sticker.
See you, Tim. Thank you for stopping by, bud. Yeah, I like it. I mean, I knew as soon as I looked at it, I knew that's what I was going to do. It was fine. I didn't do any more searching or checking around to see somebody to do it. It was great. I like it. I like that blue. I like that blue and black. That kind of blends and matches good.
Yeah, and then the green. And I knew you wanted the Greenville, Mississippi in there, so I just put a green road sign on there.
That's right.
That's what kind of made it. I was trying to figure out how I was going to get that in there, and I thought, well, I know how to do it now. So
yeah, you got to be a master. Yep.
You know, I make all my graphics and things because especially when I'm doing these video game stuff.
Right.
I don't want to use their stuff because it's trademarked. It's copyrighted.
Yeah. Right.
So, they make these graphics for like for a certain lake, they have a shield. So I make my own shield for it instead of using theirs.
Look, Lee Evans has done caught a fish, and now he gonna go to everybody's live stream.
Yeah.
Boy, ain't he something? I wish I'd hadn't even commented on his video. Now I wish I think I'm on what you call it when you get away from somebody, undo them. What is that word?
Yeah. Can you go back in and take away the comment? I don't think you can do that.
I'm telling you the truth. Try to be nice to fella, and he comes in with a with that kind of mess.
I don't even think you can give them a thumbs down now, Steve. I think they took that
Dang.
away.
Well, if I could give him a thumbs down, I'd take the button down, just put it on and leave it. Go to bed. Hey, Lee. No, I did not. I did not say that. I said, good.
Is that
I
true,
said,
Lee? Did Amy catch that fish?
no, that I didn't say anything about Amy caught. I said Amy's husband. I said nice fish or good catch or great fish. Amy's husband. Now I didn't. Now what in the world? You are Amy's husband, and it was a great fish. I don't understand. That's just like when Hogleg called everybody in the catfish community fat. He tried to crawfish out, and it's all on documented. Everybody can go back and hear what he said.
He tried to crawfish out of that for over a week, didn't he?
Yeah, man, them women was giving him hell a week later. That still comes up every once in a while. Oh, won't even say my name. Well, I was complimenting both of y'all at the same time without writing a bunch of stuff, see. I didn't have to make a big long post. I complimented you and your wife and the fish in one short sentence. Now, come on, man. Call you, Ernie. Y'all getting any bad weather right now, Lee? If you're not getting it, it's coming. I know. Yeah, she can't catch fish either. Oh Lord, that boy that caught that fish and look at man, his head done got big as a 35-gallon drum. He's talking about her now, Lord.
She must not be sitting there next to him.
No, she's at work.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a good fish. That was about as short and fat a fish as you'll ever see. 8 tonight. Okay. Well, y'all, good luck with it. I hope everything. I hope nobody gets any damage.
Yeah, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of these storms.
I am too, man.
I know we have this every year, but this is ridiculous.
Totally ridiculous. I believe I'm gonna miss it. I believe it's going all. Most of it's gonna pass north to me, because the tail end of it now is in Paris, just between Paris and Texarkana. Reaches down to Tyler, Texas. No, I'm not either, Lee. He got himself in trouble. Boy, Memphis is fitting to catch it. St. Louis, Peoria. Mike's fishing home is he's getting hammered.
Yeah, I seen that.
Of course, David Smith in Little Rock, he's about to get out of it. But he got some terrible thunderstorms. Yeah, there you go, Jimmy Graham. All my folks are still in it up there. Yeah, but they getting a little restitution. It ain't so bad. Chicken and dumpling, boy. Yeah, see, he thinks he can say whatever he wants to now about his wife since he cooks supper.
Yeah.
she's gonna be happy.
Well,
Get
I
in.
have to admit, I don't do no mouthing at mine until after I've eaten.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you learn that at some
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. We're going to have nachos tonight.
He said everyone's calling in saying tornado sirens were going off all over the state. Yeah.
Right.
I catch the big fish and cook her favorite supper. Boy. Hey, Big Mike.
Hello, Mike.
I saw you catch that one fish the other night on that shark pole. Did you catch any more? I was in and out. Did you catch any besides that first one real quick?
You know, there's so much stuff on good fishing stuff on YouTube. Now you can't hardly watch it all.
Oh, they go. Yeah, they do. That's right. They do go off every day at Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that. Mine's going to go off in about 20 minutes. I'll be looking outside.
Yeah.
I do set them off on Wednesday. Just the
Well,
one.
Mike, I don't know what's worse, to catch a fish right off the get-go and then sit there for hours and hours with nothing, or sit there for hours and hours with nothing and then catch one. Either way, it's tough.
Well, anytime I ever catch one right off the bat, that's not a good sign.
Well, I don't have to worry about it before, end, after. It don't matter because I just don't ever catch nothing. So I got a clean slate. I know what's going to happen when I go out there.
You're going to be catching them for long. The weather's got to warm up some more.
Yeah, I got to go get some bullheads, and where I catch them, got to be dry for a day or two. And I had to make a special trip because it's about 45 minutes from here. That's the reason when I go, I catch a bucket full of them.
Well, how did the skipjack that you bought and had shipped to the house? Did the fish eat it, or
Well,
was it good, or what?
I caught those 2 channel cats on it back early when I was fishing in the woods. I caught it. I don't know if you saw any of them videos.
I did.
I caught one 8-pound channel cat on it, and then a small. But that's the last time I've been fishing.
Well,
I ain't been able to fish. I still got most of it in the freezer.
Here's a question. That may be a good question for somebody to answer. If you don't have any skipjack in your lake and you order skipjack like you did and have it sent to the house,
Yeah.
You reckon the fish would bite it?
Somebody caught a fish the other day in that somebody caught a fish the other day in a place that they don't have skipjack.
Well, that's what I was wondering.
On the live stream. I can't remember who it was, but either they said they caught one or they caught one.
Because there's no skipjack here in this lake, but I just wonder, because it's such a greasy fish, if these fish here would like it.
Don, did you order some from that place I told you about? Ayers? Yeah, well, I mean, good bait, I guess, Troy. I don't know.
Because it's going, I mean, that's going to be something I may want to think about, because, me going out trying to catch bait is going to be an issue.
No. The only problem is they used to sell a $50 pack. Now it's $100.
Wow.
And you get enough skipjack to fish for quite a while. They come 5 packs of 6, I think, or 6 packs of 5. It's 6 packs of 5.
Yeah, that's all I need. Because I'm going to have to, there's going to be days I'm going to have to use chicken, because I ain't going to be able to get no bait.
Greenwell, that's a true story if I ever told it. I got 2 witnesses to it. Not only was that coon drunk, but his butt was on fire, I imagine.
Don't waste your money. Buy what's native to get what's native to the water. Well,
Yeah, that's something to be said for that too.
I'm gonna have to find
Yeah,
me
yeah.
somebody.
Somebody the other day, I don't remember who it was, but they used skipjack, and the only fish they got bites on or caught was on skipjack, and they don't have them in their water. And they got a, was it Kelly? Was it Kelly Bullock? No, that was somebody. I can't remember. I watched so much of this stuff.
Well, when we had the fishing crappie house down here, I didn't have any problem getting bait because they fed those fish all the time, and those shad would come up in there, what they called a carp well, which was carp fish, but it had no brush in it, and you could take a little bitty gold hook, little number 12 treble hook, and with no weight on it, and just pop
Snatch
that thing up and down. They'd hit that, they'd bite it, and
Yeah, okay.
we used to catch a shad like that, but me trying to throw a cast net, that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, now Don is putting that stuff in there. The Ayers and Son over there in Oklahoma, they got a big selection of bait, Troy.
Or what if they got frozen shad?
I think they got. I think they do.
Well, that'd be the thing for me to do, get some of that.
It's AYRES, Ayers and Son, and they got a website. You can go on there and you can see all of the different stuff they got. I think they even got Menhaden. They got all kinds of stuff.
It's either that or shrimp or worms.
Hey, Alan.
And I ain't putting my hands in no stink bait. Now they can forget that. That's not gonna happen.
Well, that stuff that Lance sells, that blood bait, man, you talking about stay on the hook. I got a bite on it the last time I was out. I got a bite on it. I didn't catch fish, but I did get a bite on it. But I wear a glove.
I get that stuff on my hand, and I know my wife ain't gonna help me bait that. That's a big no.
Well, I put on a glove and put it on there. And once you put it on there, it's on there now.
Ain't no way you get no glove on these crippled hands I got. You can forget that.
Well, you might get your wife a glove.
That show ain't gonna happen.
That ain't gonna happen.
That show ain't gonna happen.
I hadn't seen you in a while, Alvin. You been okay? Shad, okay, there you go. You go, Troy.
Shad, that's what I need is shad. It gizzard shads. That's what we have here. That's all I need.
And it's 1 day shipping. I mean, it comes in a nice container with ice in it. Bags, squares of that freezing liquid. They do it right now. It ain't shabby. It's done right.
Well, we used to catch them down here, and then we bag them up in Ziploc bags, and put them right in the freezer. And boy, they were good baits. But if you don't handle them right, they get mushy and they don't.
That's right. Now that boy that was in here, Jimmy McCabe, Mike, I call him, years ago. He came. We met up, a bunch of us, and we fished. And he brought some big shad that he had caught and had vacuum sealed them.
Mm-hmm.
And he must have done it right, because I didn't think you could freeze shad. Every time I've ever done anything with shad, they ended up not being too good when I taught them out to use them. But I didn't have a vacuum sealer, and I handled them the same way I handled skipjack, and I just keep them on ice, but not ice, bottles of frozen water. But anyway, he broke out a bag of those shad, and look, man, the slime ran out of those shad for all on the ground there when he was going to give everybody one of those shad. Oh, they were still in good shape. The eyes were good and clear.
That's the same problem I'm going to have, Don. I ain't going through that.
There you go, Don. Okay, probably see you later, man. Thank you for stopping in. Yeah, so I guess if you get them right away and vacuum seal them pretty quick and all that, those shad hold up good.
Well, I know that's why they used to do it over at the bars. They used to just catch them and they live and they bag them up in a Ziploc bag as they catch, 10 or 20, and they freeze them, and they were good bait.
Yeah,
They bagged up too many a couple times. I told them you shouldn't bag up that many because you got to thaw the whole bag out time you
that's
use them.
right.
Well,
That's right.
they go bad, but because they do, once they thaw out, they will get mushy again.
Yeah. Nevada. Okay, I was in Nevada. Oh, that mercy. Yeah, I think there's a lot of us been suffering with bad weather for quite a while. And it's hey Randy,
Hello, Randy.
the days I think I can go, the weather's nice, but the wind's blowing, the wind being changed and got out of the west, and I don't have anywhere I can fish out of the wind when it's out of the west because it's and I just hate fishing in 25-mile-an-hour wind. I don't care where I am.
Well, talk about vacuum sealing. I got a little something I want to tell. I had a bunch of bulk 22 ammunition, just the cheap stuff that I bought. And I was tired of the boxes laying around. I vacuum sealed that stuff with one of those food processor vacuum sealers.
Yeah.
And that ammunition, I broke some of it out the other day and shot it. It had been shot 7 years. And that ammunition come out of there just looking as clean and run.
Oh yeah, man.
That vacuum sealer works for a lot of things other than just and that's the way to store it. If you got a vacuum
If
sealer.
you got one, yeah.
Yeah.
The last 4 or 5 years that I boat fished, we go over to the dam on the Arkansas River, the last dam that dams off to Arkansas, and you can go behind that dam and catch skips, and we catch them. And I took a pump, a air mattress pump, and you turn the hose around on the air mattress pump and put it in the bottom of the thing. It sucks all the air out of them air mattresses. Well, we carried all our Ziploc bags and everything over there, and I made a little attachment out of a piece of PVC and melted the PVC and made it real flat and all where I could put it on that hose. And we caught all the skipjacks and carried them up the hill to the truck and found us a shade tree. And we stood there with Ziplocs and that vacuum pump. I had it plugged into my cigarette lighter. No, I didn't. I carried my little generator with me. That's right. Had it plugged into a little generator. And we sat there, and you'd be surprised how good a job you can do sucking the air out of one of them Ziploc bags. You bring it all the way down and put that in there. But I ruined my pump because it sucked a bunch of slime and stuff into my pump. So, well, it didn't run it. I couldn't use it in the house anymore. When you pump your air mattress up, it smells like skipjack.
I bet that didn't go over too good.
Oh man, I was messed up bad.
No, J Fox.
Hey, J Fox, but I had I got a shop vac. It's wet dry, so I started bringing the skipjacks all the way back home, and I put that same attachment on my shop vac, and then all I had to do was suck some water through it and wash the hose out, and then put it out there and wash the tank out and dump it. So, but yeah, that was my vacuum sealing. I couldn't. I didn't know. I never have had a real vacuum sealer. Yeah, all the kids were here for Christmas, and I broke out them air mattresses. When they're all here, we ain't got enough beds, so we put 2 or 3 of them air mattresses out for the. Yeah, I pumped them air mattresses up, and somebody said, "Hey, what is that I smell?" And I don't know. I never did own up to it, but it was that skipjack. I done blown them air mattresses up at and that skipjack inside in that pump, I guess. I never owned up to it. I know we ain't got those 3 air mattresses anymore. And I got 3 new air mattresses. But when my wife went up there to get them 3 air mattresses, I said, why don't you buy a new pump? I think this pump going bad.
It went bad, all right.
Oh man, it's running, boy. And look, we put those air mattresses on the street, and they were in the boxes, that they came in. That's how we stored them, in the box. We put the 3 air mattresses on the street, and I laid that old air pump, right up on top of them 3 boxes, for the dumpsters, the garbage folks to get. And we always put that stuff out on Sunday, and we got the what do you call them, scrappers that come around, and they saw them 3, they got out, and they got all 3 of them boxes and that pump. I bet you the first time they pumped them things up, I bet they put it on the street in front of their house.
I bet you.
Or they sold it to somebody, or however they do that. I don't know what all scrappers might do. But Lord, that old skipjack was stinking. But I slipped that one by everybody in the family. Don't nobody know that but me. And I'll never tell. At Ozark Trail, air mattresses. Heck, I got one now that's a big double air mattress, and it stands up about close to 2 feet off the floor. And every once in a while, I blow that thing up and sleep on it. When my back bothers me pretty bad, that thing is a pretty good sleep. But she ordered that one off the internet from somewhere. I don't know. It's a show nothing. Yeah, people do some crazy stuff. At least I have.
Well, sometimes you don't think about that when you're doing it, and then you
It
realize
sounds like a good idea,
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam says, you don't reckon you think that little old pump gonna suck the air out of them bags? It was 2 of us doing it. One of us holding the Ziploc and the other holding the bag, and you snatch it, when it sucks down real tight. I snatched that thing out and he zipped it. I said, oh man, yeah, it's doing a good job. And I noticed about the 20th bag, that thing it took it longer to suck down. It just sucked all that slime and junk up in that pump. Dadgummit. Yeah. But that shop back did a good job on it.
that
Can I advertise? I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, you can do whatever you want to on here, boy. I don't know what you're trying to advertise, but go for it. What is you selling used cars or something? You strike me as being a used car salesman. If you're talking about your little fishing trip and gathering get together, yeah, man, or whatever, it don't matter to me as long as it's family friendly. You know what I'm talking about. Don't. Or if you're selling chartreuse bikinis, put that on there too. That's fine. I just don't want to see you in one. First time I've had that question asked. I don't know exactly what he's talking about.
I get more bot calls than anything else.
Oh yeah, man, you get them all the time.
Good night. That's all that phone does is ring with bot calls. I turned it off.
I'm anxious to see what we advertise. Boy, it must be something big. It's taking me a long time to type.
Oh, yeah? Maybe he's been telling us something we don't know.
Well, that won't be hard for me.
And me either. Maybe he's going to give out fishing lessons.
Well, I'll take some fishing lessons.
Yeah.
I believe that thing may skirt me and I don't get nothing.
Well, don't kick a gift horse in the mouth.
Well, I'm steady watching this radar. Boy, they getting it up in Memphis and across through there, though. Come on, Big Mike. The suspense is killing me. J Fox has one of the most unique last names I've ever heard.
Really?
I don't think I've ever heard his last name before. Yeah, I put it up there. Put it up there.
You did?
Where? Where, Mike? I don't know. Well, that's fine. Whatever it is. I don't know where it went. I don't see it, but put it up there.
I don't see it either.
I don't know where it would go. Would you put a video of the snow gone off?
Let me go.
Comment, Steve, can I advertise on your live? And I said yes. I'm lost. Are you lost, Troy?
Yeah, I don't know what he's advertised.
Comment just above this one, LOL. I put it up there.
We may not be seeing it because we're on the StreamYard side.
Oh, we on StreamYard. We may not be seeing it. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't understand how all that works, but that's fine, Mike. Whatever. What's it about? Just tell me what's it about. Is it about to get together next week or in May? Mm-hmm. Demon Dragons. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Well, that's fine. That's fine. No problem.
I just looked over at Don's video I'm going to watch the rest of it later. He got a blizzard.
Yeah, he's in the blizzard.
That's a full blizzard. Don, did you put that video together yourself? I'm going to have to go watch the rest of it in a little bit. I saved it.
Snowing. Lord that mercy. I don't know what the temperature is. You know, it's warm out there though. 77 here. It's supposed to be raining out there.
John Parker caught a big fish.
That's blocked. I don't know why it's blocked. I ain't done nothing. YouTube blocked it, Mike? I don't know the ins and outs of all that. I'm ignorant to all what happens with all that. I don't know why it would block it. I don't understand all I know about it. If I could change it, I would. I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't even know what to do. Is Mike a mod? Is Mike a mod in here? Troy?
I can't see because I'm on StreamYard too.
Yeah. Well, you know, it don't show up on your host as blue or anything.
Yeah, it don't show up as a guest either. I'd have to be on the YouTube side. He says no.
If he's a mod, can he? Let me hold on, Mike. I'll go in here and.
Yeah, if he's trying to post a link, he's got to be a mod.
I got to try to find out. I don't even know if I can find it on here. Oh, there it is. And let me kill that vision.
I'm gonna mute for a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay, Mike. You ought to be. Maybe you can do it now, Mike. I made you a mod. I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works. Lisa, you get up off out of the water, get off the end of the dock. Lisa, I hadn't asked you. Have you gone to work in North Carolina, or you were at home? Did you go to work when you came back east? Hey, Big Matt. There you go. Yeah. You got it in there then. I'm working at home doing the same job I had in the bar. Okay, well, good, Lisa. That's great. Okay, Don. Boy, that Lisa Elliott, she knows something. Stay at home regulator, so. Yeah, buddy. You still muted in that, Charlie.
That's because the dog ain't muted.
Oh, that dog needs a chill pill, man.
Well, she's gonna have to have a Valium later, or I am, one of the two.
Oh boy, I miss not having a dog, but I don't know. We got these cats now, and I didn't think
Well,
I'd ever.
this one's
Hey,
blind,
oh,
so she barks at everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My God, what a stuff, man. I had oral surgery. Lord have mercy. Yeah, I didn't think we'd ever, after our Cocker Spaniel, the last one died, we wasn't ever going to have another pet. We decided that was it for us. And Lord have mercy, Lucky laying up there in the middle of the road at the red light. The little old kitten. And we ended up with him. And now we got another one. Well, we already had that other cat, that mama kitty. She was already outside. But I was just feeding her under the carport. And she was going and coming from this house to wherever she came from. Next thing you know, we got two inside cats. Well, we've always had cats and dogs. I even had a pet cottonmouth one time. Oh, well, a cottonmouth. He wasn't a pet. That snake. Lord, I don't know. That snake got big. He grew about a foot in the length of time I had him. Is he playing on the roof? Hey, Polar Bear. Still here, Stan, waiting on the storm and still ain't got here. And you still got the flu. And Don R's in a blizzard.
Got one that's about to get snowed out and one that's about to get blown away. Craziest weather I ever saw.
Well, I think I'm going to be fine. I believe we'll probably get a little lightning and thunder and some rain, but the wind can't get any worse than it's been for 10, 12 days.
You see what Chad wrote?
I saw what he wrote. I wasn't going to comment on it because I wasn't sure what he was talking about.
Well, I did a baseball live stream yesterday, and I won the game, and now I play on rookie level. I can't get no credit. No matter what you do.
You don't have a chance on him, man.
No, that guy he wants you to play baseball on the live stream, And I did it, and I played good and won, and now he's run all over YouTube telling everybody I'm a rookie.
You just don't have any friends on here.
Yeah, I know it. It's
The next thing you know, you'll be in a wombo with a Los Angeles Dodgers baseball suit on with your hat turned around backwards.
well, Hog Legs done already got me on that with a snuggie on. He done already got a wamba made of me.
At least a whole lot of this stuff gonna go north to me. But it's a little old batch making up down there in central Louisiana that's coming this way. I'm gonna get something. I don't know what. I don't think it's gonna be bad though.
Well, it's rookie level for kids. Yeah. But I don't play on rookie level. I play on Hall of Fame. I did good yesterday, but I didn't do too good today. I did win, but barely.
Do you have to buy one of those games, or what do you do?
Yeah. I've been playing that same game for 20 years. Each year they make a newer version of it.
Yeah.
So I think that game cost $60.
Oh Lord, boy.
Oh yeah. Them people get me for them game people get me all the time. I bought a fishing game for $40-something, and I've already dropped another $25 on what they call downloadable content, new maps.
Updates.
Well, yeah, that's how they make their money.
Yeah. Well,
Hey.
it helps pass the time, and it stands at 20
He's
years.
done started on me now. He's gonna give you a break now and get on me. He got on Brian B. Now he's got off him and he's on you. Now he's on me.
Well, I just got to
send
talk
him back to Brian B.
There you go. What's that say?
Yeah.
Tornado watch in effect for Greenville till 10 o'clock tonight. Lord have mercy. Come on, get away. Man, 20 years and still a rookie. You already you can qualify for your pension, Troy, and you still in the minor leagues.
Yeah. Ain't that something? Yeah.
Now, what is COD Mobile? Is that another game? COD.
I don't know what that is.
I don't either. I'm not up on all that stuff. I spend enough time at the computer as it is.
I got about 5 or 6 fishing video games.
Yeah. Well, you into that big time, man. You're doing the Call of Duty. Oh yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, Call of Duty. Well, yeah, they got them tournaments going on now.
Well, let me ask you this, since you know about this stuff.
Hello, Art.
The Smurf Farm. Hey, Art.
The Smurfs.
The Smurf Farm. Do you know about the Smurf Farm?
No, I don't think I do.
Well, my wife, it's Smurfs and you farm.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's something like Farmville.
I don't know. Hey,
play it on the phone.
That's 9A2RT. Now 9A2RT. That's not just art anymore.
Oh yeah,
Since he
that's
caught that
Sir Art
92.
now.
Yeah, he
That's
got a
Sir
good,
Art.
Sir,
Yeah.
nice fish though, Art. I posted on your on one of your pictures. That was a good fish, man. That's great. But she been doing that. I don't know. We got a computer about 2000, 2001, and I don't know when it started. The Smurf started, but she been doing that Smurf farm. I guess ever since it came out, and that's got to be. She got to have at least 18, 19 years of Smurf farming. And
Well,
she still get there once in a while. She'll get it. She'll get in there and do all that.
yeah, I still play that same game every year.
You got a question in there.
I do.
She
Oh,
dances with
I
the blue
see that.
moon beside the phone.
Not no rookie. Well, depends on what kind of fishing you like to do. Stan, uh, you want to fish for catfish and carp, or do you want to bass fish? Because there's about 6 or 8 games. Tell me what you like, and then I can tell you what to fish, which one to buy.
You got two of them. You got Stan and Don R.
Yeah. Well, if you have an Xbox or a PlayStation 4, or you have a gameable computer, you can buy either on Xbox, PS4, or uh, Steam for computers. So you can have a console or a computer. The game doesn't cost all that much. I only paid like $44 for it. Everybody wants to play games now. I have all of them playing games before it's over with.
Yeah, yeah.
I like to play that. I've been playing that new Bassmasters game a lot, and that's the one they're having the tournaments on.
Right.
But it ain't easy. I started out practicing on that lake today. They're going to have the tournament on, and I never did find a decent fish. So I'm going to have to spend 4 or 5 hours on it tomorrow.
And that's different lakes around the country.
Yeah, it's different lakes. I have what do you have? I have PlayStation 4. So is what I have until I get a 5. And I will be getting a 5 when the price goes down. PlayStation 4 is, in my opinion, and that and Xbox is probably better than the computer stuff because you don't have to have such an accelerated computer to do broadcasting things. Uh-huh. I think a lot of people play games more than we realize. People play games that you may not even think would play games, but I like it. I like to play. I like to play the Bassmasters, but I also like to play the one they call the Catch, and that's because you can go catfish in it. And that's when I like to do that from time to time.
I got you.
Yeah. You
I
can
play
go
hard.
and buy a used PlayStation 4 for about $200 or less, and get you some good games. It's not all that expensive to get started. It's just now if you're gonna go buy a PlayStation 5, you're gonna pay through the nose right now.
Mm.
It's because all the chips, the same chips that go in these vehicles that they are having a problem getting chips for, is the same chips that go in these PlayStations.
I got you. I wonder is CP still in here? He just dropped in and made one statement and left.
I think so. I think he said he had to go earlier.
Oh, we did.
Uh-huh.
I miss. It's hard to keep up with Chet sometimes. He's moving.
Running Charters. I don't know what Running Charters is. I'll have to check that out.
All right, Troy, you got to carry the mail for a minute.
Okay. I'll hold down the fort.
You got it anyway. They talking about the PlayStation.
Catfish and pike. If you like catfish and pike, I'm going to suggest that you go and get the Catch. And it's made by Dovetail Games. It's made by the same people. You've probably seen one of my lives playing that. I've got some lives on my channel. We're playing that game. Okay. I got you. Well, I don't do mine for a living, so mine's more play than work. Thank goodness. That charter fishing's hard work. I like to play the Catch, Don, because you can fish for carp or pike or catfish or whatever. That game, I think, is only like $14. It's pretty cheap. Yep. It's fun.
Small charter being funny, huh?
Yeah, I didn't know that he's a charter. I didn't know he.
Well, I knew he did, but I thought he meant he played games while he was running the charter.
Don, if you get a console or a computer and you need help, you know how to get a hold of me. You know where to find me. I'll help you. Maybe you might be able to catch a fish on that game, Don.
Oh man.
That's what I told somebody the other night. Somebody said something about fishing against Jody. I said, the only way I'm ever going to fish against Jody after I seen what she done pork chop was if it's a video game tournament.
Yeah. Oh boy. Man, what a shock.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah, and he said,
if you ain't catching them, they not eating, and they not happy about that. Yeah.
Yeah, small water. I tried that guide on the Mississippi River. I had a fellow in Memphis. He's a big guide, been up there for 30, 40 years. I know pretty well. And he shocked Don with that.
Yeah, well.
Anyway, he talked me into starting he called it overflow when he had too many people certain times. And so he sent me a couple of clients down here. And I did it. I think I went out 3 times. And the first time wasn't so bad. And those guys in fact, there was a girl in there, a younger girl. And the river was up real high and it was kind of dangerous out there. And so I took it real careful with her. And that was okay. And then the second group I took out, there was a fella in there that he liked to talk. And my boat's set up with 2 pedestal seats in the back where the fishermen sit back there. And got the rod holders in front of them, right there in front of them. And they on swivel chairs with pedestal seats. And I sit up on the front deck and just sit on the deck on a cushion there and lean against the console, bait the hooks and all that, net the fish. And this fella couldn't talk without looking at you. And even when he talked to his buddy sitting right beside him, he turned his chair and talked to him, looking right at him, right there, 3 feet from him. poles out here to the right. And he turned back around, and I'm steady watching the pole. So he wanted to talk to me, and he turned the chair all the way around, got his back to my fishing, and they're all my fishing poles. And I was in a spot that I had told them that, they may hang something here that, going to give them a fit. And one of my poles went down into the water, and I could hear the rod holders cracking back there. And I had the iron rod holders mounted on aluminum with an aluminum plate up under the aluminum. I mean, it was creaking, and I said, "Man, and he went to trying to spin around to get to that pole, and he got turned around. And he couldn't get the pole out of the rod holder. I'd already told him how to do it. That's big star drags on those 309. I said, you let off of that drag a little bit until you can get the. Well, he ended up losing the fish. I don't know. He had a good one on though. It was a big one. But I told him, I said, man, you like to lost my damn fishing pole. You like to got it broke in half. I thought sure that pole was gonna blow up after that I didn't care nothing about it no more. Because I want people to be as serious when I was fishing out there. I want folks to be as serious as I was about it. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I got to tell you, I had an old boy come down there one time. I was fishing in that old fishing barge, and he had about 4 Abu Garcia reels in open face, and he had put them rods out, and he had laid them up on chairs.
Hey, Curtis.
And I told him when he come down there, I said, "Hey," I said, "these sand bass that we're catching, there's a bunch of stripers mixed in with them. And if one of them gets hold of one of them rods you got there, they're gone."
Yeah.
That water's 30 foot of water. "Oh, no." He said, He said, "I get them." He said, I do this all the time. I get to it so fast, he'll never have a chance to get it." Well, that striper come through there, and he had his back turned, and when he did, it tangled all 4 of them up, pulled them over the side. And that guy never said anything to me. He just packed his stuff up and left.
Left all 4 of them in the water.
He said, "Well, I guess she's right. They's gone."
Yeah. All of them. Hey, Bill, right? How them storms treating you up there in Springdale, boy? This is Northwest Arkansas, boy. Y'all been getting plenty of them. You have any hail damage, Bill? Now, y'all were talking about chickens earlier. No problem, good. Y'all were talking about chickens earlier. And you can't find chicken. Bill, right. Let me ask you this. Is there a chicken shortage in Fayetteville? Yeah, I know it, Lisa. It's we're gonna get something. I don't know what. Hey, Star Rush. Bill will tell us if there's a chicken shortage. He lives in the chicken capital of the world. He got his thumb on the chicken industry. He can tell us exactly what's going on with the chickens. Bill, what brought this up? Some of these boys can't find chicken to use for catfish bait.
That's probably why we can't find it. Everybody's realized how good a bait it is.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. That's what I've been saying. There ain't no shortage of chicken. Not in Northwest Arkansas, I guarantee it. I bet you 20% of the trucks on the highway up there is Tyson chicken trucks and other companies.
Well, now
I got to take this one just a second.
Okay. Now the question is everybody buying more chicken because of the price of meat? Oh, okay, a bird flu thing. Well, I guess there goes my turkey meat that I eat all the time. Yeah, everybody may be buying that stuff up. Either that or the stores holding back. Where's that at? They got the bird flu at, Bug Man. I didn't hear about that. No, you be quiet. Stop growling. Yeah, I like chicken myself, and I like ground turkey too. It's better for me to eat it, and it's as I've got older, it's not as greasy. I really do like eating turkey patties and things. Huh. Indiana. Yeah. Well, if it's three big farms, it's going to be some sort of a reach. I eat more ground turkey than I do ground beef. And my wife and I both love the ground turkey. I'm gonna have that with nachos tonight. Ground turkey meat. I hadn't seen no meat shortages here in Texas. I've seen shortages of other things. You know, they're not carrying certain items, but not meat. That hadn't been an issue here yet.
All right, I'm back for a minute. Am I talking?
Yes, sir. You sure are.
Still cheating on. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but I know I got to get off this computer. That was the boss calling me.
Uh-oh.
She she ran through a little small tornado going to work this morning. She said,
Is
and
she
she had to,
okay?
yeah. She said to stop in the highway. She said it was debris whirling and coming across the field. And I asked her why did she stop. She said she's scared it's gonna turn her around. I'll be doggone. That's first I heard about that.
Well, are you needing to go?
No, yeah, I got to go because I got to go find something for supper. She wants something to eat.
I'm sure. Okay. Well, yeah, I appreciate
Yeah.
you letting me come up.
She was down on 438 Skull Rush going to Arcola. That everybody pulled over and must just been a little whirlwind. Wasn't nothing bad, I don't think. But she said it was the worst driving condition she ever been in. Said it was shaking that Honda Pilot all over that highway.
Good
And she
grief.
stopped. Yeah. All right, y'all. I got to go. I appreciate everybody stopping in. Y'all watch this weather because some of us are going to be in for it here in a little while. And the further east, it's going to get worse and worse. And Donna, you stay in the house. Don't be out in that snow.
Steve, I'm gonna do a live stream at around 5:30 on Monday.
Okay.
If you're around, come on up.
Are you gonna be fishing or?
No, I do a kind of like a little show, little fishing pond.
I know one you talk. I come in there once in a while.
Yeah, I do it at 5:30 or 5:40, and I only stay on about an hour and a half because I get off.
I've been in there before. I know what you're talking about.
Come on up sometime. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate you coming up and spending some time with me, man. I always enjoy visiting with you.
Yeah, me too. I enjoyed y'all. Y'all have a good day. Stay
I'll
safe.
see everybody later. Stay low, Skull Rush.